Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is HowFast. Let's say happy Father's Day to all you dads out there. It is Sunday, but for me it's actually Friday. And as I said last week, I'm going to push Dudgy out into the driveway here and we're going to final weld in all those mounts. Problem is, it's supposed to rain this weekend really bad on Saturday, tomorrow, at about noon. It's supposed to start raining here in Dresden. So I've only got a couple hours left tonight of daylight, and then I'll have about 4 hours in the morning that I'll actually be able to do some work. And that should be all I need if I can get some work done this evening. So I'm going to get started right now. I'm going to pull the engine out of Dudgy. I'm going to clean him up, get everything out of the way. I'm going to move Judy and move Hildy and move Ellie. We're going to get them all onto the road, and we're going to push Dudgy out here and get him jacked up onto some wheels so that I can get underneath him and access all those mounts that we're going to be welding up tomorrow. So stick around. Let's get that started. Out in the sunlight. It's been a long time since this little boy's seen the sun. Whew. I am tired now. It is humid out right now. Okay, so we got Dudgy out. It's jacked up on the tires. I triple checked that transmission position at that mount. I'm not in love with it, but I think we can work with it. Nothing's perfect. Nothing fits exactly how I want it to. It's just a little bit off everywhere. I think we're going to have to like massage some of the areas to make everything work, but all in all, pretty happy with it where it is. So it's towards the end of the night now. I'm going to catch you guys tomorrow morning, bright and early. We're going to get started grinding, cleaning, and welding all of these motor mounts and transmission mounts into their final place. So I'm going to call it a night. I'm going to go take a shower. I'll catch you guys tomorrow in the morning. Alright guys, it's the next morning. Bear with me, I just woke up. Alright, we're going to get started. I'm going to get out there, clean up all of the tack welds that I put in just to hold those braces and mounts in place. And then we're going to pull out the buzz box and get started. So let's get to it. It's supposed to rain in about 4 hours, so we're on a crunch here. Let's get on it. I just realized some of you were probably wondering why I have Dudgy out in the driveway to do this, and I'm under this time crunch because of the weather. That's because the shop doesn't have 220, so I have to run an extension cord off of my oven, and I'm pretty sure it should easily reach to where he's at now, but I don't think it would reach inside here, so that's why. So we're on a time crunch. We got to get to it. Alright, I pulled that behemoth out. That thing must weigh 80 pounds. It's an old one. It's an oldie but a goodie. My dad gave it to me years ago, and I've built quite a few things with it, so it's pretty reliable. I say that now, and then we'll turn it on. But we're going to turn it on here, and we're going to get under there, and then we get started. Well, I have some terribly bad news. The 220 outlet behind my stove does not have the same prongs, like the same configuration as the extension cord I have for this welder. Which means we're not going to be able to weld this today, and I'm pretty upset about it. Kind of bummed. This is what I had planned on doing this weekend, and I didn't really want to leave Dudgy outside, but he's going to have to be left outside now. I don't want to push him back in and jack him up. I'm just keep his roof on here. I threw a bag over his fuel cell, and the rest of this stuff should be okay, because I mean, he did spend 10 years outside. So the question is, what are we going to do now to keep busy and keep moving forward? Luckily, I've got a plan. There are parts on Dudgy's doors and on his fenders that need repair, and also his front bumper here. Cracked. Alright, so the three pieces that I want to work on, this is the last one. The door has like this low spot in it. I don't know if you guys can see it on camera, but it's had a repair in this spot at one point or another. I kind of wanted to fix that. Not that it's that important, but it's really not important at all. But I kind of want to fix it if I can. If I can't, it's not a big deal. Getting these numbers off is going to be a pain in the butt. I got some of the fiberglass mat, and I have some aluminum that the boys found for me in the back, and I'm just going to cut this into pieces and make some bracing for the back of this. We'll clamp it together, and we'll throw some of that mat and some of the resin down, and that'll harden up. And then on the front face of it, we'll do some of that fiberglass filler just to clean up the edge. And then over here on Dudgy's front end, there's a crack here, which we'll throw another piece of this behind it to stiffen it up, and probably another piece of that across here. Believe it or not, I saved all these pieces from like 2 years ago when I first got Dudgy, and these fit in here pretty well, leaving just like a tiny little hole that I'll fill up with some of that mat, and we'll fill some of that mat from the back, and then that filler from the front. Hopefully it'll at least make it look halfway presentable. I don't need it to be perfect, but I just don't like that big chunk missing. Alright, threw some tape onto the front side, which is actually going to be the back side, when I throw the resin on and the bar in the back for support. Hopefully that'll hold it in place, and then we can throw the fiberglass Bondo on it after to smooth it all out. Okay, after one layer, or I'm sorry, that's actually 2 layers. I'm going to throw another, I'm going to knock some of these down, and then I'm going to throw another layer on top of this, and then we'll do the body filler on the other side here. But this piece is now back to being one piece again, which is great. And the front bumper is looking pretty good, pretty smooth. It's not perfect, but I mean, geez, nothing on this car's perfect. So I mean, it's coming back together. I'm happy. We'll save this one for another time. I'm going to actually try and use a heat gun and try and get the 16 off, because otherwise it's going to be there, like the shadow of it will be there forever. We'll work on that stuff next week. Unfortunately, guys, this is going to do it for today. You know, kind of a failure this week. I feel kind of bummed. I was really hoping to get that stuff welded in, and it didn't happen, and unfortunately, that's the way things go sometimes. They can't always go as I'd like. So hopefully I'll get that electrician over here this week, and we can get 220 out here, and then we can bring the car in and do the welding in here, which would be wonderful. Then it really doesn't matter about the weather. But we actually have a special episode coming up here. There's a milestone for Hildy. She's about to hit 300,000 kilometers. So her 300,000K oil change is coming up, and I have something special in mind for her. But I'll save that for you guys for the next couple weeks here. So in the meantime, let's talk about HowFast Trivia. Last week's HowFast Trivia, the question was not a terribly easy one. A couple of you guys got it. One of you got it. Craig was first. I told him this time, though, that he's ineligible because he won last time, and I want him to give everyone else a chance. But that doesn't mean I don't want you to stop answering the questions. So, Craig, you're still in this. I still want to see your responses. And if you're the first, again, I don't know what else to say, man. Congratulations. But, like, hopefully somebody else will get it this time. So, last week's question, Craig got first. We're going to start over again new this week, just so everyone is aware of what is going on and how it's going to be played. So last week's question, just for you guys who are playing along, was which country was the first to build motorways? Was it A, Italy, B, Germany, C, USA, or D, Japan? The correct answer was A, Italy. Now, this week's HowFast Trivia question for the HowFast Gear. Best of three, guys. Which automobile manufacturer's slogan means advancement through technology? Is it A, Audi, B, BMW, C, Mercedes-Benz, or D, Porsche? I look forward to hearing you guys' comments and questions. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share. I'll catch up with you next week. Find out how fast we can make this car go.